let's just jump right in. Today on The Explainer, we're exploring the invisible machinery that powers, well, literally everything around us, global commerce. If you've ever wanted to peek behind the curtain and see exactly how businesses coordinate the movement of millions of goods without breaking a sweat, you are in the exact right place.
I mean, have you ever actually stopped to wonder how a product gets from a factory halfway across the globe directly to your front porch? We just click buy and magic happens, right? Well, actually, scratch that. It's not magic at all. It is a massive, intricately coordinated system that operates 24/7. Today, we're totally stripping away the mystery and looking at the exact gears turning inside that system. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our foundational definition: supply chain management, or SCM for short. It's the absolute backbone of any business that makes, moves, or sells goods. And it relies on three massive pillars: the flow of goods, information, and finances. Honestly, if just one of those stops flowing, the entire system grinds to a total halt. A well-optimized supply chain, that's exactly what gives a business its agility and resilience in our crazy dynamic economy. And while those core principles stay the same, the actual execution, it varies wildly. Like a consumer packaged goods company, a CPG, they prioritize inventory turnover. A logistics provider, on the other hand, focuses entirely on transportation efficiency. And a retail company, they are laser-focused on omni-channel fulfillment. That basically means they want your customer experience to be completely seamless, whether you're buying from your phone, your laptop, or standing right there in a physical store. But what's really fascinating here is that a modern supply chain isn't just some straight, flat line from point A to point B. It's actually a dynamic, interconnected infinity loop. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to dissect the vital organs of this loop one by one, just so you can see exactly how they feed into each other to keep the global economy breathing. We'll kick things off with forecasting and supply planning. This is all about predicting demand using historical data, market trends, and, increasingly, AI. Think about a retail company heading into the winter holidays. If their forecast is off, they either run out of the most popular toys by December 10th, or they end up drowning in a warehouse full of unsold, ugly Christmas sweaters. Nobody wants that. Right, next up on our loop is procurement. This is essentially the sourcing and purchasing of raw materials or goods. It involves negotiating contracts and making absolutely sure your suppliers are reliable. In retail, sourcing strategies lean heavily into supplier diversity and just-in-time purchasing, meaning they buy goods exactly when they need them to keep their capital free and their shelves perfectly stocked. So, once you've actually got the materials, you hit manufacturing and supplying. Here, the focus shifts completely to actual production and really strict quality control. The automotive industry is a fantastic example of this. By having car parts arrive on the assembly line precisely when they're needed, they drastically reduce excess inventory and, honestly, save massive amounts of warehouse space. It's highly efficient. Okay, now the product is built, and we enter order and shipment tracking. Real-time monitoring is everything here. Why? Because you simply can't manage what you can't see. For logistics companies, advanced tracking systems are what allow them to optimize their fleets. It is literally the difference between a truck taking an optimal, clear route versus sitting stuck in hours of gridlock. Which brings us directly to transportation and customs clearance. This step involves coordinating massive global networks across air, sea, road, and rail. And let me tell you, here's a major danger zone: cross-border logistics. Just a single delay in customs, like, say, a missing document or a surprise inspection, can disrupt entire global chains downstream. It is a very delicate, incredibly high-stakes balancing act. Eventually, the goods arrive at distribution centers for receiving and warehousing. But listen, this is no longer just about tossing dusty boxes onto shelves. In the world of e-commerce, rapid fulfillment centers powered by advanced automation and real-time tracking are the absolute secrets to unlocking that same-day delivery capability we've all come to expect. Let's move along and see how this builds. From the warehouse, we head straight into distribution and last-mile delivery. This is getting products to retail stores or directly to your doorstep. For online orders, last-mile logistics is the ultimate key to the customer experience. Because think about it, if that final delivery fails, the customer remembers absolutely nothing else about the amazing global process that came before it. Throughout this entire process, companies absolutely must maintain tight inventory and demand management. This is all about controlling stock levels using predictive analytics to make real-time adjustments. And the stakes literally couldn't be higher. If a clothing store has a stockout, you just buy a different shirt. But in pharmaceuticals, a stockout can literally be life-critical. And completing our infinity loop is coordination with global partners. This means engaging with international suppliers to manage some extreme complexities. We're talking about navigating geopolitical risks, managing strict compliance, and monitoring currency exchange fluctuations that can wipe out profit margins overnight if they're left unchecked.
But what happens when that infinite chain breaks? Demand volatility, inventory inefficiencies, logistics bottlenecks, supplier risks, siloed data, regulatory hurdles. Wow. When these elements fracture, it creates this massive domino effect. Companies face inaccurate predictions, sudden stockouts, skyrocketing fuel costs, and massive blind spots that can just completely overwhelm a business. So, how do we actually fix it? Well, the old way relied heavily on inaccurate demand predictions, which naturally led to total uncertainty, overstocking, or just lost sales. But the new way? It's incredibly satisfying. AI-driven demand forecasting. By injecting machine learning directly into the process, companies can predict demand based on actual, real-time trends and use automated replenishment to basically eliminate the chaos entirely. And the exact same transformation is happening in warehousing. A lack of real-time visibility used to lead to massive inefficiencies. But when you implement smart inventory optimization, those blind spots completely disappear. By using IoT, the Internet of Things, to digitally track physical inventory, alongside automated picking and sorting, warehouse efficiency just absolutely skyrockets. You know exactly where everything is at all times. No more guessing. We are looking at a suite of seriously futuristic solutions here. Dynamic route planning algorithms, AI for supplier risk mitigation, and automated compliance. So the crucial point is that data integration restores control. By connecting fragmented warehouse systems and central business software, often called ERPs, into unified data platforms, executives are no longer flying blind. They're leading with hard data. Now, let's put this into practice with a real-world crisis. Picture this, a multinational CPG company producing personal care products across more than 20 markets. They are facing frequent stockouts, excess inventory that's literally expiring in warehouses, and completely fragmented data. You're the expert now, looking at everything we've just learned. How would you fix this? We're going to use a consultative framework to save this company from its own inefficiencies. We'll break this down into 3 logical steps. Step 1 is problem analysis, Step 2 is converting those pain points into requirements, and Step 3 is delivering our solution recommendations. Let's get to work. Diving right into Step 1, problem analysis. We need to look past the superficial symptoms and find the underlying root causes. Those lost sales and expiring products, they're happening because of a severe lack of demand visibility. Because each of the 20 markets manages operations totally differently, leadership has no clear picture. They are bleeding capital through holding costs and permanently damaging retailer trust. It's a mess. Moving on to Step 2, we have to turn that chaos into actionable requirements. What does this company actually need to survive? Well, they need their technology stack to evolve. They require unified data insights that bridge those 20 fragmented markets. And they need systems that allow for real-time visibility so they aren't blindly overstocking in one country while totally stocking out in another. Finally, Step 3, solution recommendation. To solve this crisis, we propose implementing robust, data-driven automation. Specifically, we leverage Orion's supply chain digitization expertise to bridge these massive gaps. By deploying AI-driven forecasting and unified dashboards, AI and data integration step in as the ultimate heroes to synchronize and totally save this company's global operations. Which brings us to our final, provocative thought for today's explainer. As AI takes the wheel, optimizing routes, predicting demand, and mitigating risks in real time, will the supply chains of tomorrow run entirely autonomously? It's a fascinating question about the future of global commerce, and honestly, it highlights just how incredible the invisible machinery of our world truly is. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep exploring, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.